Yo, what up, man? What up? Welcome back to another video. But this time we got some great news in the world of combat sports, man. Boxing, man. Boxing is going to be great again. Dude, it all took the Saudis, bro. It took the damn Saudis in order for it to finally start putting bangers of cards, bro. Because recently in boxing, or most of the time in boxing, only one or two, mostly one of them, one fight it's always the best one most of the time. It's like, it's not even comparable. The undercard is just, most of the time, they're awful, Terrible undercards. But now, we're in 2024, the Saudis have all that money, and they want to spend it. And we got, I'm not going to call him His Excellency, man. I'm just not a type of, I'm just going to call him the Turkey. So, Turkey, that guy has just completely changed boxing, bro. Look at the card that we have here. This is not a fake. This is not fan made. This is an actual legit card. The last crescendo, the rematch between Beterbiev or Beterbiev, whatever you want to call him, versus Dimitri Bivol, bro. This is going to be one of the biggest fights again, and this time it's going to be a lot better than it's going to be a lot better than the first fight, because this is going to be like the 13th round. When they fight, when they start their rematch, it's going to be the 13th round, and they already know. And now that they know each other, they can actually, they don't have to be trying to, because normally in boxing, the first 2 to 3 rounds, the fighters are studying each other. They're not really, putting any risks so soon. They're just testing each other, learning about each other. But in this one, they know each other. They already had 12 rounds, and it's going to be fireworks, bro. It's going to be fireworks, and I have Beterbiev beating Bivol. I have actually had Beterbiev by knocking out Bivol this time. I just think Beterbiev is going to be a lot better with that leg, more recuperated, and he's going to be hunting him down, Bivol. And it just shows that Beterbiev is not, he's not fazed by the power of Bivol. He obviously, Bivol has a really fast jab, and he throws it a lot. He's fast with the jab, but he doesn't have that much power into it. But I just think Beterbiev is going to perform better than Bivol. I just think he has the style to perform a lot better than Bivol. I just don't think Bivol can do that much differently in the rematch. I mean, he can go ahead and he can keep and throw more, but at the same time, if he starts throwing more, there's a chance he could potentially be knocked out even faster, because he's gonna be right there in front of Beterbiev, And yeah, man, I just think Beterbiev is gonna take this one. And look at the undercard right here, the co-main event. Daniel Dubois, the IBF World Heavyweight Champion, that knocked out Anthony Joshua in 3 rounds, man. Daniel Dubois, what a guy, what a chat Daniel Dubois is, man. The way he turned around his career, bro. Like 4 or 5 years ago, he lost against Joe Joyce, and a lot of people were calling him quitter and all this stuff, because they really don't know how badly that injury was. If he would have kept on fighting, that eye injury would have gotten worse, and he could have potentially gone blind, is what people don't seem to understand. But look, he did the right choice. He didn't stood back up, and look at him now, turned it around, beating some big fighters. Went out there, beat Big Baby Miller. He also he fought Usyk. Even though he lost, he still had a decent outing. And he fought, who else did he fight? And he fought Philip Hergovich as well, man. He's had what a run Daniel Dubois has had. His last 3 fights have been amazing, you know. And so he's going against Joseph Parker, dude. Joseph Parker's no slouch, bro. He doesn't have the power, but he is really technical. He could really make it tough for Daniel Dubois. But Daniel Dubois has that power, you know. And I just don't think he'll be able to keep a young Daniel Dubois. Look, let me get it. Look, Joseph Parker, he's not that old. He's like, what, 31 or 32? Joseph Parker, he's not that old. But Daniel Dubois is 27, man. And a lot of the fighters that Joseph Parker has fought have been his age or, you know, or older. But now he's going to be fighting someone like Daniel Dubois, who is a lot younger, so a lot faster. And I just think Daniel Dubois will put on a performance. I think Daniel Dubois has turned around, bro. His mentality, I think he has turned around a corner, bro. I just don't think he's a quitter. Like, I just think he actually has that heart now. He knows he has it, and I just think he knows he has the ability and the skill. Not the skill, maybe the ability more than the skill, because he does have power, which is more of an ability than a skill. And yeah, man. And we got Shakur Stevenson against Floyd Schofield. Look, Shakur Stevenson is fighting Floyd Schofield. It's okay. It's a decent fight, but out of all these fights, man, I think this one is the one that is mostly one-sided, man. I think Virgil Ortiz, Israel Madro, 50-50. Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shearer, I think those are 50-50. All those are 50-50. Zhang, Caballao, you know, I think all those are 50-50 fights. But this one, Shakur Stevenson, Floyd Schofield, I think Floyd Schofield is I just don't think he's ready, man. He's a prospect, and even though he has 18 victories, he hasn't found that good of a competition. I think he's still too young as well. He's 22, man. I think he's too young. Yeah, I think Shakur Stevenson has a maturity, and not only that, I think he has that body of a more mature man. I just think Floyd Schofield is just a little bit too green, especially the way he looked in his last fight. Shakur Stevenson, I just think he has too much experience, too much championship experience. He's fought better competition, and this is basically he's fighting a prospect, you know. So it is what it is, man. I just have Shakur Stevenson. I don't know if by points. I think by points or by late stoppage, but points, man. I just think Shakur Stevenson. I think Floyd Schofield will be able to hold up to Shakur Stevenson's power, but I just don't think he'll be able to hold on in terms of skill. So that's where he's gonna lose. But ain't no shame in that. He'll learn. Floyd Schofield will learn about this loss, and he's gonna hopefully get better. Because that's what they gotta do. These fighters gotta go over there and fight good competition, so they could either win or lose. They learn something. And whatever they learn will improve them, and going forward. So that's what I believe in terms of Floyd Schofield here, and he's gonna get paid pretty decent. I don't think he's gonna get paid as much as everybody else, but he will get paid pretty decent, especially for a prospect. So yeah, Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shearer. So we have Carlos Adames, who I think he's a Dominican, I think, or a Cuban, or he's from over there, from those from that part of the world that are pretty good in terms of like technical boxing. And Carlos Adames, he's in the eye. He's pretty good. He looks like he has the skill. It looks like he has it all. But we have to see against good opponents. It's kind of like Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, we know he has skill and everything, and but he has improved it against good competition. So on the eye, we see that, but but he's going against Hamza Shearer, who he hasn't been tested in terms of like he hasn't been tested. You know, he hasn't been tested, but he looks promising. He looks promising, man. He's really tall for the division. He has some power. He's shown power, but we will see if he has the power against the higher echelon, the world level. Because this is a world level fight, and he's going to be, fighting at a world level. And this one, I'm gonna have to go with experience, man. I'm gonna have to go with Carlos Adames for this one. It's not gonna be an easy fight for Carlos Adames. It's going to be a tough fight. I do think Hamza Shiraz will present trouble in the beginning of the rounds, but I do think Carlos Adames and the experience and will carry him over through the rounds. I don't think there'll be a stoppage here. I do think Carlos Adames will win on points. It's going to be a close fight. It's going to be like a 116, 112 or 115, 113, man. It's going to be a close fight, but I do think Carlos Adames, will take this one. But if Hamza Shiraz goes in there and shows what he's been showing in the last couple of fights against someone like Carlos Adames, then he's going to be a problem at 160, man. But one thing I didn't like about Hamza Shiraz is that I heard rumors that he was offered to fight Janibek and he declined. So I don't like that look about about him, the term that he did that. But yeah. All right, now we are here on to my most favorite fight, the fight that I've been waiting for the most. My boy, shout out to my boy, Virgil Ortiz Jr. He is my boy. All right. I've been supporting this this guy, because we're almost the same age as this guy. But I feel like I've known him but I've been watching him for years since what? Before COVID, 2018, 2019 is when I started focusing on Virgil, man. And what a dude. He's had a tough last couple of years due to the fact that he just couldn't make 147 anymore, and he had to he was having some issues. But I'm glad that everything's going alright. He moved up in weight. He's looking good in the weight. He had a couple of fights, and Bochek, bro. That Bochek fight was a close fight, man. I had Ortiz winning by 1 or 2 rounds, but I think 1 round, dude, because it was a tough fight. It was a tough fight. But Virgil Ortiz, for me, he showed more. He showed more in that fight than Bochek. But he's fighting someone like Israel Madrimov, bro. Madrimov, we already know who Israel Madrimov is. He's the one that fought Terence Crawford. He fought Terence Crawford back in, I think in July or August. One of those, it was July or August. And, man, he gave Terence Crawford a tough fight, He went out there, and a lot of people were saying that Crawford lost the fight, man. Some people said that I had that one either a draw or to Crawford by 1 point, because I did see that he hurt Israel Madrimov a couple of times, but I just don't think he had enough power to be able to pull Madrimov down. Madrimov is skilled. He definitely showed why. He put up a big fight against Crawford, and he's going to be. But dude, the little thing about this fight is that he's going to be fighting on December 21st on the card of Usyk and Tyson Fury 2. He's going to be fighting in the undercard. He's going to be the co-main event in that fight, and he's going to be fighting Bochuk. So he's going to be fighting Bochuk on December 21st, which is in a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks, and then after that he's going to go in February and fight Virgil Ortiz if everything goes well, bro. Dude, the last couple of rounds of Israel Madrimov is crazy. Crawford, Bochuk, and Ortiz, bro, if he gets that shit done, it's crazy. A lot of people are saying that it's too early, but bro, fighters back in the day used to fight like this, man, So he's just a throwback fighter, he's a throwback fighter. And look, Bochuk got a round of this shit, he got a round. He got a round of that. He got a herd of the whole news, and then he's motivated. I heard that he's more motivated to fight Madrimov because he wants to go over there and spoil the party. He wants to go over there, spoil the party, beat Madrimov, and have a rematch against Virgil Ortiz. So bro, I give Sergey Bochuk all the luck in the world because he's gonna need it, man. He's gonna go. He's being overlooked. He's being overlooked by Madrimov. The fact that he's already fighting over there, he was already scheduled another fight. Madrimov with Virgil Ortiz after already having a fight set. It's crazy, it's crazy. So that might you can't be overlooking your opponent. So Bochuk isn't going over there with a statement. So yeah, but if that fight goes through and Madrimov comes out, okay, and he fights Virgil, it's going to be a good fight, man. Virgil Ortiz, he is a beast. He has 22 victories with 21 KOs. He has a 95% KO rate. He is a beast. He has a powerful jab, piston jab. And I still want to see more about Virgil in this weight class because I do still think he has power in this weight class. A lot of people say he doesn't have the power, but Bochuk is one tough son of a bitch, man. These Ukrainians are tough. All right, they're tough. And Virgil Ortiz put everything on Sergey Bochuk. He managed to hurt him a couple of times in the fight, but he just wasn't able to drop him. But he was able to hurt him to the body. I love Virgil Ortiz's style, bro. He goes in there, goes for body shots. He knows where to go. He goes body shots and he goes upstairs, downstairs. He just knows how to break down an opponent. He knows how to break down opponents. He loves to go to the body. And I like fighters that go to the body because I think fighters that go to the body, they are more successful because that's just a beautiful way to beat anybody. Go to the body. Nobody, if you hit him good, well enough at the right spot to the body, they're not gonna get up, bro. Once you hit him in that liver, nice and clean, they won't get up. They won't get up. That's why I like body shots more than headshots, KOs, or anything. Body shots are my favorite. And Ortiz has that. He loves to go to the body. He has some nice, good body shots, man. Powerful. And Virgil Ortiz also has some underrated. He has underrated defense, man. Underrated defense. He goes out there and he slips, he weaves, he uses his high guard, to block some of those punches, and he does some good, decent body movement to sweep, roll some of the punches, and so he come back with counters and stuff. And not only that, he has a chin. He has the chin because he's been hit clean a couple of times. He's been able to handle it, bro. He got hit with a fucking elbow. All right, clean, and he managed to just stay there, stay in the fight. So, and not only that, Virgil Ortiz showed me a different side of him. He showed me that he's not just a relentless pressure fighter that goes forward and breaks you down, and he goes out there and he showed that he has a skill to box you, because he needed that against Bochuk, because he needed something different in that fight, because Bochuk was taking everything, was pretty much taking everything Virgil had to offer in terms of like the offense and the pressure. So he had to show something different, because Bochuk started connecting a bit more and more, and so Virgil Ortiz had to change his game plan, and he had to box so he could avoid some of the punches and just kind of like stick the jab and move and jab. And he showed that he could do that. He showed that he could keep somebody like Bochuk, and he's back. So that's what I like about Virgil Ortiz. He showed me two sides of him, and that's what I like. So he showed me he's not just a pressure fighter, he can also box. So I do think this is going to be a tough fight for Virgil Ortiz, because Adrian Madrimov will be a test. But I do think that Virgil Ortiz will KO him in the later rounds, really late, or it's gonna be on points, man. Because I just have a feeling like if Crawford wasn't able to knock him out, Virgil Ortiz is gonna be tough to knock him out. But hey, if he goes out there and knocks out Adrian Madrimov, wow, impressive. All right, boys. Now we have Big Bang Zhilei for the WBC Vacant Interim Heavyweight Championship against Caballero, man. All right, so Caballero, this guy, bro, he's the unknown. All right, Caballero is the unknown because not that many people know about Caballero. Only the real hardcores know about Caballero and know that there was rumors that Caballero knocked out or knocked down. I don't know if it was. I think it was knocked down Anthony Joshua in sparring. He also went out there and I think he defeated that fucking Russian, some Russian dude, some Russian heavyweight who had a really mean mug, He looked like a villain, all right. And then he went over there and he fought Frank Sanchez, man. Frank Sanchez and beat him. All right, but to be fair, Frank Sanchez was fighting in one leg because I think he was injured. But I guess the money was too good that he went in there with one foot in order to fight this guy, and he lost. Obviously, he can't be fighting, especially a heavyweight with 1 foot, And Caballero, beat him. But we got Zhilei Zhang, man. Zhilei Zhang, he's proven. He has the skill. He has the power, and he showed that he could hurt you. He could touch you, and he could hurt you. But he also showed signs of weakness, And if Zhilei Zhang is able to, if you're able to withstand the first couple of rounds of Zhilei Zhang, take him to rounds 5, 6, that's when you could take advantage. Because Zhilei Zhang slows down a lot, especially in those 5 to 6 rounds. Because his age, he's 42, and he's a heavyweight, and he's not a 240 pound heavyweight. He is like a fucking 300 pound fucking heavyweight, dude. All right. So yeah, man, he goes over there, or close to 300, and yeah, so he just gasses out a lot faster. But he has the power, to knock out Caballero in the first 5 rounds if Caballero isn't ready, if he isn't alert. So, but who do I want to win this fight, man? I want Zhang, man. I love Zhang. Give me the Zhilei Zhang. I like Zhang, man. I like Zhang. He's been, not only that, he's been fighting everybody. He fought Joseph Parker. He fought Deontay Wilder. Who else did he fight? He fought Joe Joyce twice. So he fought everybody, man. So yeah, it's gonna be a banger of a fight. All right, then we have the first fight of the night, or the first fight of the morning, if I should say. Of the first fight of the card, which is Joshua Buatsi. All right, so Joshua Buatsi, man, I've heard a lot about Joshua Buatsi, but I think he hasn't been tested in the world level. I don't know. I don't know who has he fought. I don't know if he's fought in world level competition. He's one of those Brits who there's a lot of Brits who have a name but haven't fought in world level, because over there in the UK, domestic fights are pretty big, and sometimes we don't know if he's like a fucking European level fighter or Commonwealth level fighter, like a championship fight. I don't know, bro. But Callum Smith, bro, he's tested. He's been there. He's done it. World level. He has fought at the world level. He's had the experience. And I just think he's just a better fighter than Joshua Buatsi, man. And even though his 2 losses were against one of them was two of his losses were against 2 of the best in the weight class, Beterbiev and Canelo at 160. So he lost against the 2 of the best in the weight class. You can't really fault him for that, But I do think Callum Smith, just because of that, I gotta give the edge to Callum Smith, bro. Callum Smith, the Smith brothers, the Smith family. They're a fighting family, boxing family. So I just think Callum Smith will. I think he'll knock out Joshua Buatsi, in the later rounds, bro, championship rounds. So yeah, man, it's a good fight. all around great card. Saudi Riyadh season, Class Crescendo, beautiful. I'm just so excited for this fight, for this card, and I think I'm actually gonna have to miss work for this. Might have to miss work for this card, bro. I might actually go live for this one, dude. It's just and especially I don't want to go and miss. I don't want to miss the fight against Virgil, man. Virgil is my boy, and I don't want to miss him. I don't want to miss his fights. He's like one of my favorite fighters, and yeah, man, excited for this. Excited for all the fighters here who are going to get paid pretty well, pretty handsomely. So yeah, man, can't wait. Cannot wait, man. Let me know what you guys think about this card, bro. I think it's just hopefully there's no injuries, because if there's any injuries in here, hopefully it's soon, like in terms of like in a week or two, so they could be I don't even think if they get injured, they could be ready by then. So fuck. Hopefully nobody gets injured, alright? So yeah.